Hi, we are SSJ Studio, and we are very excited to announce our capstone project, Monster Island. Monster Island is a monster hunting game where players will need to rely on stealth and tactics to take out a variety of monster types with different strengths and weaknesses. Players will play as a noble hero that is tasked with cleansing the island of monsters. Armed with nothing more than a crossbow, dagger, and a few traps, the player will have to use their wit, cunning, and resourcefulness to defeat the monsters. What makes Monster Island different from traditional monster hunting games is the game's AI. Traditional monsters in this genre of game have a very predictable behavior, which allows players to reuse the same strategies over and over again, making the game become stale and predictable after repeated play. The monsters on Monster Island will have a more humanized AI, which will result in the monsters having unique personalities that will vary between monsters. Perhaps you will engage in a fight with a cowardly monster that will run away as soon as you attack it. Or perhaps you'll encounter a berserk monster who won't give up the fight until it's dead. Or maybe you won't realize that there's been a monster stalking you for the past 3 minutes, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. On Monster Island, every encounter promises to be a unique story. Monster Island will be a game that provides a healthy but not overwhelming challenge to players. The game will fit into the action survival genre and will likely appeal to core gamers that are 16 years and older. The game will have violence, but we do not plan to make it gory so as to maximize our potential audience.
Now, Sonali will talk about our research design.
Every good design requires sound research. The design of our game is heavily influenced by the research conducted in the field of AI.
The idea of humanizing game AI has been explored by game designers and game researchers for many years now, and we are fortunate enough to have a strong foundation to work from. Main influence for our research comes from a paper by David Conroy, Peter Wyeth, and Daniel Johnson. In this paper, they create a model for player-like behavior for a game AI. They did this by analyzing players' behaviors in a symmetrical first-person shooter and comparing them to behaviors exhibited by AI-controlled agents within the game. Ultimately, the researcher determined that eliminating unhuman-like behavior and giving the game AI a variable range to determine how they respond to game threats and stimuli could lead to the creation of a more human-like game AI. However, this research team never implemented their proposed model. We will implement this model in our game, Monster Island, by specifically focusing on giving the game AI a variable range of behaviors to choose from in response to the stimuli. What this means is, for example, while one AI control agent will respond to being attacked by running away to cover, another agent will respond by attacking the player. Implementing this model, we will contribute to this field of research by determining how implementing player like behavior for a game AI will affect player experience.
Okay, we looked at what we are trying to achieve. Now we will have a look at how will we achieve that. We will conduct a pre-screening test followed by a within subject test. We will provide a pre-screening survey to participants before playing the game. The pre-screening survey will ensure that the participants fit the study criteria of being 18 plus and having sufficient experience playing games with AI controlled enemies. Afterwards, we will set up a recorded play session on Zoom call with the selected participants from the pre-screening. Using a within subject approach, we will provide the participants with the same game with different treatment for the AI. Treatment A is controlled version of a game with the traditional non-humanized game AI, whereas treatment B is the experimental version of a game that contains the humanized game AI. After each treatment, the participants will give the post survey designed using the MPXI model to collect data regarding their gameplay experience. Afterwards, we will briefly interview each participant and specifically interrogate the participant's perception of the game AI in the current treatment. Once we have collected the data, we will evaluate the results by doing a thematic analysis of the interview responses and a comparative analysis of both treatments combined, which will give us an insight into how the changes in the AI are impacting the player experience, which will allow us to make meaningful changes to the subsequent iterations of the AI that can be again tested and evaluated until we reach the desired outcome. Because in the end, the player experience is all that matters. We are very excited to work on this project. We plan on completing the first iteration of the software by January 15th and estimate that the final iteration will be done by February 27th. The research portion of this project will conclude by March 21st and we will complete the research paper by April 23rd. Thank you.